Okay, let's see.
This alpha male TikToker just destroyed his life for threatening the life of the largest podcaster in the world. And this might be one of the most insane stories that we've covered this year, because he was just arrested in Austin, Texas, then immediately on release doubled down.
I actually don't want to say any details nor any names.
In
That's how you get ready
Texas.
for a fight. And you thought the videos would stop,
Was
but
that
they
like
will never
steroids?
stop because, when you fight out of a principle, you got an infinite amount of venom.
So meet Brian Johnson, who's known as the Liver King online. The Liver
This is more flattering for him. I mean, he said earlier that he destroyed his life, but he already destroyed his career.
King, he went viral mid-pandemic for essentially making shocking content of him eating raw liver and organs and doing a whole bunch of other disgusting stuff, and claiming that his whole physique came from this insane diet that he was documenting.
When he said
for the
I'm
internet to see.
natural,
Obviously,
I couldn't
this
believe
caught
it.
a lot of people's attention, including Danny Gonzalez, that made a few videos on him that gained over 20 million views. But these were really just kind of like poking fun at how bizarre he is and his diet. The elephant in the room really was nothing about the Liver King looked natural. But the Liver King would go on and on about how he in fact was natural.
His veins are thicker than my wrist.
I've always told the truth. I still tell the truth. I've never taken steroids. You can do the same thing with the 9 ancestral tenets. The short answer is no. I don't touch this stuff.
And this was really propelling his supplement companies at the time, because people saw his insane.
What is the reason of saying the short answer is no? Like, so is the long answer maybe, or only this and this and this, but I don't consider them steroids. I never understood that sentence. This is not poking at Liver King. This is just that the sentence. I never get it. Like, I get it when you're going to summarize something, but in that case, I don't think saying short answer no. You just say, do you take steroids? No. Like, why are you adding short answer? It feels like you're trying to, I don't know, maybe I'm just reading too much into it, but it kind of feels like you want to leave a door open, right?
Physique he claimed was from eating raw liver and organs, but 99% of the people, they don't want to eat raw liver and organs. So his whole value prop with these supplement companies here was, here's a pill with dried liver and organs that you can eat, and just like that, you can get this crazy physique. And while high quality organ supplements can be a great source of key vitamins and minerals, you're not getting that level of physique in your late 40s unless you're running a whole lot of gear. But I guess people let that answer slide for a while, until Derek from the YouTube channel More Plates, More Dates dropped this bombshell of a video where he leaked the Liver King is essentially a walking pharmacy.
This is what I'm currently taking. So here's this stack: IGF-1 LR3, CJC with IMAP.
Yeah, I saw this. It was insane.
Testosterone cypionate, DECA, nandrolone decanoate, Winstrol.
I mean, with a stack like that, one can only really say that he's more deserving of the Pharma Bro title than Martin Shkreli. But act like
yeah, like Mary. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's insane. I remember when I got my wisdom teeth pulled out, I only had like 3, and that was because 2 of them were so big that there was a possibility of infection. And I was just taking like 3, and I felt like I was damaging my body with those. Imagine taking 7.
Omnitrope, testosterone cypionate.
They also, like, they gave me like 3 medicines and one shot of, I think they were steroids. I don't remember the name, but I was very reluctant to taking them. But they said, like, the doctor said, yeah, you have to take them, because they wanted me to take 2 shots of those and then 2 shots of another thing, and I say, can I avoid them? Because okay, honestly I don't like getting shots. Like, excuse me for not liking to stick a needle, right? But he said, you can omit this, but you have to take at least one of these right now after surgery. So I was like, okay, yeah, that's fine. 1 is fine, but I'm not taking 3.
DECA, nandrolone decanoate.
So I can't believe he was taking 7 of those. That's insane.
Winstrol.
I mean, with a stack like that, one can only really say that he's more deserving of the Pharma Bro title than Martin Shkreli. But when that happens, the Liver King then made an apology video, essentially saying, sorry I got caught. And then he started deflecting with men's mental health.
why did I or why do I do
Oh,
them?
that's
When I
a true
talk about
combo.
the 85% of the population that suffers from
The
self-esteem issues.
sorry I got caught
That's me.
into.
I'm part of that
Let's talk about
statistic.
mental issues.
This is why I work myself to death in the gym.
Yeah,
This is why I do 12 to 15 blood-burning workouts a week just to
Look,
feel
if-
like I'm okay. Still, I have to
if it
absolutely
won't
crush
work on a
myself
judge,
to do
it
so.
won't
And
work
I'm
on
wrecked
your audience.
physically and
That's pretty much
cognitively.
it.
And hormone replacement has helped in a profound and significant way. And still, I believe that the path to paradise is paved in.
Which I mean,
Now,
a
obviously,
judge, he
him
wouldn't go to. I don't mean that as he should go to jail. I mean this as if your argument, like if you steal something, right, and you go to a judge and say, "Sorry, I got caught, but I was in a bad mental position, like my mental health, all this stress." The judge doesn't care about that. The judge will condemn, like, the judge will say, "Okay, but you still got. I mean, okay, but you still stole, right? So doesn't matter."
saying that's a massive switch from just a few months ago where he was previously calling anyone calling him out subprimal. But essentially, it
Subprimal.
seems like things have slowly gone downhill from here since this all happened.
It shouldn't be the opposite. Like, I mean, no. Okay, sub means less, right? Yeah. Maybe I was thinking of subhuman, subprimal. So yeah, you are more modernized. Basically, that's what he's saying. Okay, if he thinks that's an insult.
His companies were sued for $25 million for deceptive marketing
Oh, that's
due to the
insane.
steroid controversy. And obviously, there was plenty of
25
people,
million.
including commentary channels and podcasts, that talked about the situation. But it was Joe Rogan having Derek on his podcast that really struck a nerve with the Liver King.
That's what I get when I look at that guy. That's all feasible and possible.
Yeah,
now,
that's fast.
please go to the Liver King. Please show me some preposterous Liver King physiology.
Oh, he has. Have you seen his apology?
No, I haven't. I
Oh,
want to
dude.
watch it. He comes clean on steroids. I f***ed up.
I don't know if you guys are able
I
to
just want to
watch
see
the.
his images, though. I want to see some images of his
Okay.
body, because his body is just so off the charts, ridiculously massive.
And if
Yeah.
that wasn't enough of a blow, Joe then said this about having him on the podcast.
Yeah.
He was front row at one of my shows in Vegas
Oh damn.
at the MGM. Yeah, and then I saw him again at the Canelo fight. He was trying really hard to get on the podcast, and he's been trying really hard to get on now. He contacted a few friends of mine, and some of them that have, like Bert Kreischer, that had him on the show.
Yeah, he told me he's trying to get on.
Yeah, for what? For what? Say that more? Like, come on, this is dumb, man. This is you ran a
Yeah.
con game and you got busted,
Yeah.
and it's unfortunate that you feel terrible. I'm sorry you feel bad.
I remember that was a meme, right? That like Liver King went to every single podcast that was available. Didn't matter if you like if your college did a podcast that only 3 people knew about, he would still appear in that podcast. So yeah, this makes sense. Trying to appear on the biggest podcast.
Because that's just what happens when you get caught lying. But you didn't have to lie.
And remember what Joe said there, because it becomes more important later on in the story. But now for the recent Liver King Crashout, because just the other day, the Liver King started posting some pretty concerning videos after essentially falling off the face of the earth for the past year.
Yeah, I think that the last thing about you don't have to lie, I think it's true. I think if he had mentioned from the beginning, oh yeah, I'm not natty, I'm not natural, I take stuff, I take supplements, I take whatever, people like would still, I mean, he wouldn't be as famous, he wouldn't have the Crashout, right? There's also the body dysmorphia, right? I think that once he started to get bigger and then he started to use stuff, he kind of forgot how normal people look, how he looked before that, how much these substances had changed his body. So he didn't really think that people would notice. I think that's the main issue, right? The body dysmorphia basically like cloaked his mind into thinking, yeah, you look natural, this is feasible naturally. There are people that look like you people are going to believe you. There's no way they can find out. Because I'm pretty sure that in his mirror, he looks skinnier than we all look at him, right?
More importantly, I'm picking a fight with Joe Rogan. I'm picking a fight. I am. because it's out of principle. I'm not gonna go fight with this guy. Do you see? I don't know. Hopefully you can see. Do you see that guy? Can you see him? That's him. I'm picking a fight with him because I think that it matters to me. It matters to me.
I mean, this video is a trip. He started it by saying,
Yeah.
hey, I'm just playing Mario Kart with my son. Then suddenly he announces that he wants to pick a fight with Joe Rogan like it's the Bronze Age. Dude, if you don't want to be laughed at, don't build your brand on lies, deception, and theatrical cringe. Either way, this is kind of coming out of nowhere now, especially considering that podcast that we saw of Joe Rogan talking about him. That was about 2 years ago. So I guess he's just been pressure cooking on this for a long time. Because, oh boy,
Really,
does this
2 years
man
ago.
continue.
What I'm hoping is that you, Joe Rogan, are thinking, I'm gonna choke that motherfucker out, lights out. I'm gonna choke him out. And I kind of hope that if you win, that's how it happens, because like
He looks like he was left out in the sun. Like he aged and
to wake up from that
his
dream,
skin looks so
that's
bad.
a good feeling. And then anything else that you could break on me, break it on me. I hope that you won't feel me tap. That's never happening, tapping, because I have something actually to fight for. Actually, that's my family. I have a principle to fight for.
Well,
Yeah, he
yeah,
might have
he's-
acquired a parasite from all that raw meat he's been eating. Obviously, this is super concerning, as he clearly isn't mentally well. There's a lot of people speculating that he's on some uppers here, but who knows? Because he
Yeah, I
keeps
don't know.
going.
I'm gonna make a quick video to weigh myself right now. In case you didn't know, I take on the ground. This is where I lay in the shower. I lay on the ground. That's my enema bucket. That's my enema bucket right there.
I don't know what's more disturbing, him while laying in the shower or him making these videos.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
certain when I'm done tearing Joe Rogan and these other guys, you know, I'm done talking about them.
Yeah, look at his pupils. Like this one is this small and this one is this big. Like it shouldn't be like this. I mean, with all the light, this one should be small too, right? Like he's obviously on something. I mean,
I think they're gonna look at me differently. I'm done talking about them.
I want to. Yeah, look. I mean, because I'm pretty sure that even if like light hits more on this side than on this side, like the brain still has. I mean, they are still like symmetrical to each other. I'm pretty sure, and that difference shouldn't be this noticeable.
They're gonna look at me differently, feel a little different.
Yeah, I mean, this dude is letting his ego and pride destroy his life. So he's currently threatening Joe Rogan, more plates, more dates, and John Bravo. Joe Rogan, I guess, for having his hero laugh at him, more plates, more dates for exposing him for not being natural, and I guess John Bravo, I'm assuming, for covering him in detail.
Record anything and everything. Because Joe Rogan, we don't have to make videos to pretend anymore.
Okay, maybe that's just the way his eyes are. Because in here they are like that. Has he mentioned having an injury or something
All
like
of this
that?
is happening. We're coming to you. I've challenged you man to man to a fight. Honorable. And we don't have to pretend or make any videos. The world is
Wasn't Joe Rogan like an MMA fighter?
watching. They'll make the videos for us. And you don't have to hold a camera. You can hold the hand of somebody that you love, because what happens next to you, you're going to need to remember that feeling. You're going to need something more than what you did to give you something to fight for, because I have my family to fight for. And I'll die for them, you know that. And you're a black belt, but
Is his tongue blue?
you've
His
never
mouth is
come
blue.
across something like this. Willing to die, hoping that you'll choke me out. I pray to God, because that's a dream come true. It feels good.
I don't see why he thinks Joe Rogan would ever want to fight him, but he
Yeah.
is definitely determined to fight him.
Joe Rogan, I'm calling you out. My name's Liberty, man to man. I'm picking a fight with you. Yeah. I have zero training in jiu-jitsu. You're a black belt. You should dismantle me.
Oh, look at his leg.
I'm picking a fight with you. Your rules. Whatever you want me
Look
to
at that.
weigh, I'll weigh it. I weighed 190 this morning.
Yeah, no, this is sad.
I'll come to you whenever you're ready. Whenever
And just like that, he rides off to Austin, Texas, the ancestral way. And by ancestral way, I'm talking about a convoy of G-Wagons, obviously.
Yeah, I didn't. He's clearly. I mean, it was clear that he wasn't in the best mindset. But that last video, yeah,
the
also
dude is
showed.
inches away from going to the potion cellar.
I'm going into battle, but I want your
Potion
strongest
seller.
potions.
No, wait, actually. See, he's not even on the Walter White special. He actually just didn't take the potion seller's warning, and he's clearly just off his rocker on those potions.
You can't handle my potions. They're too strong for you.
So anyway, dude's off the potions. He's headed to battle in Austin, Texas. What could go wrong?
Just pulling up to the capital of Texas. What's the capital of Texas? What's the capital of Texas? Houston. It's Houston. Guess what? You're dead, bitch. You're dead.
Well, apparently a lot could go
I
wrong
see.
because the police show up as he spent the last couple of days saying that he's going to fight and end Joe Rogan. He says he's carrying around a box as a gift for Joe Rogan, and he travels to the city to then fight and end Joe Rogan. Overall, not a good look.
I'm not recording while dealing with the cops outside.
Apparently, a lot could go wrong because the police show up as he spent the last couple of days saying that he's going to fight and end Joe Rogan. He says he's carrying around a box as a gift for Joe Rogan.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's going to
he
work
travels
out.
to the city to then fight and end Joe Rogan.
Pretty sure
Overall, not a good look.
That's just
I'm not
chocolate.
recording while dealing with the cops outside.
Damn, this took a while. I'm so sorry. I take it back. God, thank you. Perfect amount of resistance.
His stomach does
You're
not look.
just picking up where we're leaving off. I just need to put stuff on. Just put stuff, because they're not going to take me naked, are they?
No.
The green is better.
Whatever you gave me is perfect, Queen. Can I put my shoes on and stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
And if you need a new patch or anything,
You should record anything and everything. And when I go to the Justin's recording, Fitzpatrick, he's got the most beautiful wife in the world. You wouldn't want to take most of them to prison.
Yeah, I just realized this guy made merch of this Joe Rogan versus Liver King fight that he's just trying to psychopathically manifest. Whatever this guy's cameraman is being paid is too low.
Yeah.
Do you need any, like, patches?
If you don't mind, don't ask me what I need. I'll say what I need from whomever I need it to, and I'm going to also do everything that I can with the amount of time. I'll try and explain the least amount that I'm going to. We agreed on 12, correct?
12 minutes, correct.
There's 12 ancestral tenets, you know that?
I do.
Yeah.
He was waiting for it.
Principles. And I asked another man how much time I have it. He said none, zero. Yeah, it's us thinking I didn't want to scratch her face anymore.
There are just so many questions here. Why is he filing his nails before going to jail? Why is he packing to go to jail? Why did he bring his family to this trip? I just feel bad for his family as they clearly have lost this guy.
Yeah, same.
Hey, okay, perfect.
Should we go separate or together? Okay, so what did they say?
They, listen, you just take this with a grain of salt, but they assured me he's going to be in an hour.
Yeah.
It's like, we got to process you. He'll bail out, but we're talking probably 24 hours.
24 hours?
Maybe first thing tomorrow when he sees the judge. I don't know.
Yeah, you can see
so
how
it's not
scared
an
she is.
hour. He's gonna be in 24 hours.
I don't know.
I mean, that is super odd how happy she looks to find out her husband was arrested. But I mean,
No.
Oh,
Really,
so
she
it's
looks-
not an hour. He's gonna be in 24 hours.
I don't know.
I mean, that is super odd how happy she looks to find out her husband
Maybe I'm a poor judge of character. I thought she was sad.
was arrested. But I mean, this dude is just such a LARP. Literally gears up in tactical gear to get arrested because he's harassing, stalking, and threatening Joe Rogan. Anyway, he spends a night in jail, gets out, and then immediately doubles down on this whole situation.
Some guy,
Damn.
he thought if you just put him
yeah.
in jail, put him in jail,
They were steroids, I
have the
see.
Violent Crimes Division, have them come arrest him for a terroristic threat. And the whole time that terroristic threat you thought was a bomb or something inside that box was actually a present back for you and your mothership colleagues for having my wife and me in mothership. that I've held on to for a while, just looking for the right time to give it to you.
Yeah,
the last
year was not
that
good
was
for him.
reduced to I actually don't want to say any details nor any names. That's how you get ready for a fight. And you thought the videos would stop, but they will never stop because, when you fight out of a principle, you got an infinite amount of venom. And then we'll hug and unite. Not before, because I gave you that chance. You didn't want to do it. I'll still invite you to do it after, and we don't have to hug after.
Yeah, this is
but
not...
at some point, you have to capitulate something. Something.
Not a healthy brain.
And real tension, real fight. Can you believe it? Restraining orders and stuff like that. Well, no laws will be broken, I can assure you of that. No details will be spoken either.
Yeah, except there was apparently a gun in that box, so while that could be considered a gift, adding all the context we have here, I'm not so sure that excuse flies. But essentially, his massive account that he spent years building has now become a Joe Rogan stalker account because his ego and pride couldn't handle him laughing at his stupid way of building a business. And also, honestly, there's not even an end in sight here as he immediately starts training to fight Joe Rogan here.
Vibration plates. There's one on each leg. It's like, how do you train for a Seth Rogen?
Yeah, that way
He's a
shivers like
very
his left leg.
qualified filmmaker, I think. So how do you get ready for something like that?
I mean, that is cool and all, but I just can't get my mind off of how much this guy looks like a dwarf hunter from World of Warcraft.
Please bless us with that bounty. To be warmth with family, good and true, good and true.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
a
don't.
truce for one night.
As bad
Thank you,
as
Lord.
it
Thank you,
sounds,
Source.
I don't think
Thank
he
you,
has
Cosmos.
5 more years.
Thank you, elements. Thank you,
If he
King.
keeps it up.
Thank you, me. King time. King time.
Dude, instead of just being with your family and providing stability, you're having a generational crash out trying to save your ego by fighting Joe Rogan. Like, that's going to help anything.
Yeah,
Saying
no,
this is pathetic is an understatement. I'm surprised his team and family is letting him do all of this, but honestly, maybe they don't even have a choice. Either way, I hope this guy gets some help soon and nobody gets hurt.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I didn't think it was going to take this road. I mean, I guess it makes sense with the whole him being arrested. I should have expected it. But I thought he was just going to be like doing something like brazen and just getting to troll because he did something stupid, not because he was like absolutely like his mental state is on the garbage. And as you can see in this workout, he can barely stand up.
How do you get ready for something like that?
Yeah,
I mean,
you just look at the way his legs.
that is cool.
His legs move. Yeah, I don't think it's. Yeah, you look at the way his legs move on that one. It's insane. I don't know about a lot about steroids or their negative uses, but I'm pretty sure they also damage like bones, right? Like it wouldn't surprise me if they cause osteoporosis or stuff like that. Okay, but yeah, this video was made by Atosi. Make sure to go and give it a like and subscribe. He normally covers a lot of stuff. I started watching him like 1 or 2 weeks ago. I am currently not on my account, so I can subscribe, but I actually think I'm already subscribed. So yeah, make sure to do that. I would leave the link, but YouTube doesn't let me right now.